Hey, it's Ben here. I'm going to talk about how to identify water damage in a home. I probably won't go through everything, but I'm going to give you a few tips that are really important to take a look at when you're viewing houses. When you're viewing a house, take a look at the baseboards first. When you're looking around the baseboards, especially in the kitchen area or near the basement, if you see some bubbling in the MDF or you see it could be painted over, just take a look at the baseboards because wood expands. And sometimes they'll just paint over the water damage, or it's a clue from years ago. It gives you the ability to ask a question. Hey, notice there's water damage on those baseboards. Might be something for the realtor to ask the owners or find out. Another thing you want to take a look at is if you go to a basement and it is totally renovated to the nines, you go to the top floor, not renovated at all. That says there's a flood that might have happened. It's just a question to ask. Who renovates the basement before the top floor? And why'd you do that? And know what? It's probably not a big deal. There's a sump pump or something in the basement that pushes water from under the house out, and it fails, and it comes up the water pit, and it fills the basement. It's just groundwater. But you know what? It might have been a sewer backup. Again, not a big deal if it was dealt with. And you get a renovated basement. But just know, I'm asking those questions. You have to see those things. Another thing is if it's an unfinished basement, it's really great because you can look at something called efflorescence. You take a look at the concrete on the floor and on the walls. If you're seeing white lines, like if you actually see a white line all the way around an area and it just is white and it's kind of powdery, what that is called is efflorescence. What that is the salt coming to the surface. That's a white substance. It's actually salt coming to the surface triggered by moisture. The word efflorescence is a French word. It actually means to flower out. So there's some really useless information for you that might be kind of cool. Anyways, when you see it on the wall, you can see if there's a crack. If water's getting in, you're going to get efflorescence. It's the biggest telltale sign that you have water damage. Now, don't be too scared. We just need to know what's going on there. Maybe there's just a big, maybe the hot water tank blew and water was all over the concrete floor and it's going to stain. But if you see a horizontal crack going all the way across the bottom of the foundation, you're going to want to be concerned because water is getting in there. Now, the other thing is a lot of concrete foundations, you're going to get a floating slab because they pour the walls first and then the slab second. So there's no real connection at this point. That's why there's a sump pump to pull the water from underneath the house and out into the street or out into a field or to the grass. You will get on that line right where the wall connects to the bottom of the slab, you may see some moisture there too. Just keep an eye out for the white powdery substance. It's not, if it's actually a powder in a line that's cocaine, do not touch it. It's probably a drug house. But if it's just on the concrete, then it's actually something you want to look into. Now, the other one is quite easy. If you're taking a look, make sure you're looking at the ceiling. When you're walking through the house, take a look at the ceiling and look for brown marks. Because if we have a leak in the shingles coming through the insulation and then into the roof, if it's a stipple or a drywall, because it's got paper in it, the thing is it's going to turn brown. So you'll see some brown marks. The other thing you want to see is freshly painted ceilings. I just want to ask, was there any leaks? Again, your inspector's going to look through this, but if you're walking through the property and you see brown marks, efflorescence, you see bubbling baseboards, you know, these are some of the things that you might want to take a look at when you're looking. Moisture is something that I'm not too scared of as long as it's being dealt with. Anyways, cheers. I hope this helps a little bit. There's a lot more to learn about moisture, but just for a quick video, here's a couple tips for you. If you need any help buying or selling any houses, we'd love to help you. Got a whole team waiting ready to go. Cheers.